So, today I was speaking with a coworker through text message, and they asked me a question after I was giving them advice about investing in Bitcoin. And I had mentioned that there was an article that came out that said that Visa was becoming more pro cryptocurrency and that eventually they would start to encourage banks to invest in Bitcoin. Her response was, wow, how could this be beneficial to banks? We can't use crypto as real money. And my response to her was that there were two things about Bitcoin that were extremely important. One, it's a non inflationary asset. And two, one day we will use cryptocurrency or Bitcoin to buy things. So, all that being said, if we take a look back in history and we think about the use of a platform like YouTube, when it first started, there was a very limited amount of content. A lot of it was meme videos and kittens, a lot of jokes. Some people took it seriously and they started an entire business model around producing video content, whether it was humorous or serious or educational, but ultimately it grew into this much bigger platform. Today, we see people live streaming every single day. It's becoming an alternative to mainstream media. We have a lot of opinionated people, a lot of people that read articles based off of news that is produced by other companies. And it's becoming extremely attractive. A lot of these people are younger. There are a fair number of them that are older in age, but if you look at the age comparison between the young, YouTubers versus the older community that we see on television, mainstream media, we notice that it trends younger on YouTube. So I think that at this point in time, if you consider Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency as something that you can't spend in this very moment, think about what it can become. Whenever we're investing, we want to make sure that we are one step ahead of the game. We always want to aim where everyone is going to be. So, if you're thinking about investing in cryptocurrency, this is the greatest moment. Sure, it's on the rise, but it's on the rise because of institutional investors who are gaining interest in the space. There was a retail frenzy in 2017. I was a part of that. That was around the time when I first heard about it. And I acquired a fair amount in terms of fiat monetary value, but I never acquired a single Bitcoin back then. I proceeded to lose a lot of that money, and I distributed it into different altcoins, trying to follow the space based on what other YouTubers were saying at the time. And it could have been a mistake, but I held on to it. And in the beginning of 2020, I started to reallocate those altcoins back into Bitcoin and was able to grow with the rise of Bitcoin throughout 2020. And I still hold it now in 2021. So, that being said, the moral of the story is don't succumb to the philosophy that it's not useful now, because in the future it may be useful. People questioned the internet. And when the internet came, everyone used it. People questioned YouTube. They didn't see it as becoming something that could rival mainstream media. Look at it now. The majority of my content that I consume as an individual is through YouTube. I don't pay for any cable subscriptions. In fact, I do have televisions in my house, but not the type of television that most people were used to in the past, where they would have cable, access to ESPN, various mainstream media resources, Nickelodeon, Disney, etc. Now, I subscribe to Netflix. I subscribe to Disney Plus. I have a YouTube account and I watch all of the free content that comes through there. And I believe that this is the trend that cryptocurrency is going to take. It's going to achieve mass adoption. Billions of people are going to be using it as a monetary exchange or store of wealth. And if you're not a part of it right now, then you should be.